So to extend the idea of proxies even further, maybe you've heard of a VPN, or a virtual private network. This is somewhat related to a firewall, so that's why we're covering it here, but it serves a slightly different purpose. So what's a VPN good for besides illegally streaming things? Well, the VPN is useful if this employee is, let's say they're going on vacation. So this is the intended use case of a VPN. Here's an employee, they're inside the network, so that means that the firewall is considering them as someone inside, and all of the rules apply for this employee. So if they're sending outbound packets or receiving inbound packets, the firewall is protecting them by using whatever policies it's using, treating this employee as an internal host. Now, what if this employee takes their computer, like their laptop, and they get up and they move to somewhere else? They're going on vacation or a business trip. Well, now they're outside in the rest of the internet. So if they want to use their company laptop to do work and browse the internet, the firewall is going to consider them as somebody outside. So maybe they want to send a work email to their employees. If they were at home, that works just fine. But if they're outside, the firewall might accidentally block that email because it thinks that this is someone from the outside, even though they were really somebody on the inside all along. They just got up and moved. So what the virtual private network does for you is it gives us the illusion that this user who has packed up their laptop and gone on vacation is actually still inside the network, even though they're not. And the way that we do that is we start a tunnel, fancy way of saying an encrypted connection, between this outside computer and a VPN server living inside the network. So one of these boxes is a VPN server. Its entire purpose is to help us facilitate these connections. And if somebody goes outside the network, they can start a TLS connection to this inside VPN server. And then the VPN server acts as a proxy. So if that employee on vacation wants to send an email, they don't just send it directly because the firewall would block it. It looks like they're from the outside. Instead, they would first send the message to this VPN server, and then the VPN server would forward that message on their behalf, send it as a proxy. So it's like a secret tunnel that allows this outside user to actually pretend and act like somebody inside the network, which they are, even though they are on vacation. And the firewall would just have to notice that if the packet is being sent to the VPN server, we should allow that because that's probably an employee trying to contact this VPN server. And as for securing these communications, the VPN would have to do it themselves. So maybe you have to type a password before you can access the VPN and log in to the VPN server. Maybe it authenticates users. That's something that the VPN has to do itself. But at a high level, this is how VPNs are supposed to be used. They give you a tunnel, and the firewall allows packets to the VPN server to go directly to that VPN server. And then that outside user can now pretend to be someone inside the network and get all the benefits that the firewall is providing. So that's a high-level view of why VPNs work. And in case you're wondering why they're sometimes used for less legal purposes, this is why VPNs allow you to pretend to be somewhere else, because you can tunnel to a computer in a different country, and that's how you pretend to be someone in a different country to avoid copyright laws or whatever else it is that you want to do. So now you know why VPNs work. This is the intended purpose. And sometimes people use them to pretend that they are surfing the internet in a different country by taking advantage of tunneling to some other server.